sick of watching the Dodgers and the Yankees dominate Major League Baseball? Do you feel that it is unfair how these big market teams can sign all the best players in the game and leave nothing left for the smaller market teams? I think there is a very simple solution to this problem: a salary cap for Major League Baseball. Now, I have been watching Major League Baseball for all of my life. And all of my life, I have been cheering for my Minnesota Twins. The Minnesota Twins are considered a small market team and have rarely been able to sign big name free agents to help them have a chance at winning a World Series title. This makes me want a salary cap to come to the MLB to give the smaller teams like the Twins a chance against the bigger teams like the Dodgers and the Yankees. I feel this is a very important issue to keep MLB interested. With the Dodgers winning the last 2 World Series due to their insane payroll, I think that all teams will benefit from a salary cap. In this speech, I will be telling you why the MLB needs a salary cap, what a salary cap will do for the MLB, and how we can push the MLB into installing a salary cap. I hope that you all will agree with me in saying that a salary cap is a much needed step for Major League Baseball to succeed. If you look at Major League Baseball has played out the last 2 years, we get to see the Los Angeles Dodgers be the best team throughout the entire season and eventually win it all. Some say it's due to their coaching, the players, or the smart moves in the front office. While that all might be true, there is one fact that stands out more than anything that gives the Dodgers a competitive advantage. The Los Angeles Dodgers have a payroll of over $300 million. That is more than the bottom 5 teams in the MLB combined. This makes the Dodgers able to sign any player they want. According to the Northern Iowan, just 3 seasons ago, the Dodgers signed pitcher and designated hitter Shohei Ohtani to a 10-year contract worth over $700 million for just one player. According to Spotrac, in just the last 3 seasons, the Los Angeles Dodgers have handed out $2.25 billion in contracts. And it's not just the Dodgers either. Other teams like the Mets, the New York Yankees, the Chicago Cubs, the Boston Red Sox, the Toronto Blue Jays, the San Diego Padres, and the Texas Rangers have all signed players to contracts worth over $300 million in the last 5 years. Now, these teams are capable of doing this due to their market size. These teams have the biggest markets in the MLB, which means they have fans in and out every single day, which creates a higher stream of revenue. With a higher stream of revenue, that means they are allowed to afford these players. Now, there are teams in the MLB that can't afford these massive contracts because they don't have the same revenue, which are known as small market teams. These teams consist of the Miami Marlins, the Cleveland Guardians, the Pittsburgh Pirates, the Las Vegas Athletics, the Tampa Bay Rays, and the Minnesota Twins. These teams have smaller markets because either the teams are not very good or people just don't want to watch the games. The team that stands out the most is the Athletics. As I have stated earlier about the Dodgers, signing one player for $700 million. In comparison, the Athletics, the largest contract ever given out to a free agent, was last year to pitcher Luis Severino, and it was worth $67 million. That is a $633 million difference between the 2 teams. Many fans of these big market teams wanted to just blame this on poor ownership, but there's much more to it. It does come down to revenue. Without the constant revenue, teams can't afford players, and that is out of the team's control. Now, what a salary cap would do for the MLB would be very beneficial. A salary cap is a very simple term of pro sports. The league will decide on a number that a team cannot go over. For example, if the MLB were to set the salary cap at $200 million, that means that those big market teams will have to cut salary until they reach that number. If a team is to go over the salary cap, they will be fined for every single dollar that is over. For example, in the NBA, teams are fined $5 for every $1 over the limit, which doesn't seem like a lot. But say your team is $50 million over the salary cap, then they would be fined $250 million per year. Now, these teams are rich and they're full of billionaires, but $250 million per year will drive a team into bankruptcy. And if a team continues to ignore the cap, they will be further penalized. Along with the salary cap that helps these smaller market teams, the MLB could also include a salary floor, which would implement a bare minimum salary that teams have to pay, which would force these smaller market teams like the Twins, the Rays, and the Athletics to spend money on free agents and become more competitive. This would also help the large market teams feel like they're not targeted. And it would make the MLB more interesting, more competitive, and it would drive revenue up for everybody. These changes will help MLB in so many ways, more than just players. Now, it's up to us to make this process happen. So, the biggest thing about these pro sports leagues is that they are driven by the fans. Every year, the MLB sends out surveys and polls to get fan feedback, so they can adjust the game to be more enjoyable for us. According to The Athletic, which is a journalism site directly about sports, about 68% of fans are for a salary cap, as they feel it helps the game of baseball. The MLB also provides fan councils to allow you to voice your opinions and try and make a change. But the most effective way we can go about this is going to social media to raise awareness for a salary cap. Because social media can get viral content and make the MLB see it. Us fans can also boycott the games to make MLB see our frustration. The more we raise awareness for this cause, the more it will force the MLB to make a decision to give us what we want to make baseball more fun, fair, and competitive. In this speech, I have explained to you why MLB needs a salary cap, how the salary cap will help the MLB, and how we, the fans, can push the MLB to install it. To make the MLB fair and fun to watch for all fan bases, the salary cap can give everyone what they want. I hope you agree with me by saying that the MLB needs a salary cap, and thank you for listening.